Weight loss myths busted. Reviewing and rating our podcast in iTunes helps us in so many ways, and more importantly, we get your feedback on what you like about the podcast.
Thanks for being a listener and subscriber and going to pleasereviewmypodcast.com/divas.
Okay, there's a lot of things about the truth about what you eat will, set you free. So
we're all waiting for that.
I know. Okay, well, the myth here is you just need to do more cardio. Well, that actually is, the truth is that muscle that makes you lean. So, yes, it's great to get on the treadmill and do that, which I'm a treadmill girl. I mean, that's really what I like to do a lot of. But you do know that you can actually, it does take some calories, away and stuff, but you really not need to do some other things during the week. So 3 to 5 times a week, you need to be doing other things besides cardio. But they say to aim for 5 days a week and keep it fun. You can start with just 5 to 10 minutes at a time. You can do anything from dancing to, say, soccer counts. So
it's just about moving, right? Get your heart rate up.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now, everything I've read, too, is you need to do the cardio, you need to be working out, but if you're trying to lose weight, it's really about calories. You really have to stop.
Absolutely.
Cut back on eating. So one of the myths that you hear a lot is you should stick to fewer than 1,200 calories. And so that's a guide. I don't think anybody can follow that guideline, right? That's not a lot of calories. And depending on your weight, it really has to do with your activity level.
And your metabolism.
Your weight. So just to say blanket 1,200 calories for everybody is not the way to go.
Is that 12?
That's not a lot of calories.
No, is that 12?
I can do that at a sitting, seriously.
We can do that in an ice cream cone. That's the thing too, is what the calories are made up of,
right?
Not just count the calories.
And so, it's usually better if you can get an app or a fitness tracker that kind of tracks your activity level to tell you how many calories are you burning during the day.
Right.
And then if you're trying to lose weight, then subtract 1,500 to 250 calories from what you're burning.
Like when you're on the treadmill, it tells you how many calories you're burning.
Yeah.
So you know exactly.
Get your activity level. So, and then there's a little cheat sheet I saw. I don't know if you've seen this, but basically if you weigh between 100 and 150 pounds, try eating around 1,500 calories. But if you're 151 to 180, add a 0 to your weight. So if you're at 175, then 12 or 1750 would be the calories.
Oh, that's an easy way to figure it out.
Yeah, but I like the fitness tracker. If you can figure out what you're
burning
during the day, then just
that
subtract from
Fitbit that you don't wear anymore.
Wait.
Oh, my gosh.
There
you have it on. Well, that's because you're not sleeping.
I don't.
You're awake.
I can't wear it when I sleep.
I know. You're going to throw it. You're going to throw it against the wall.
I can't wear it at night. I only wear it during the day.
Okay. Another myth is that you must take time for the gym. Well, for you and I, we like to go to the gym. So you'll slim down faster with short workouts that can be done anywhere. Now, that is true. I have a stationary bike at home, so I can do that. And they say, you can just do an exercise for a very brief period of time and it'll work. Do a bunch of different things in a really short, intense period of time. Our neighbors in Florida, because this is what they did. The husband and wife decided they wanted to start exercising. So they would come out on the patio deck, and you've been out there, so you know the pool deck. They'd bring their 2 mats, they bring their little dumbbells, they bring out their
Glass of wine.
Music. No, I had the wine because I was in the lounge chair watching them. I was like, I'll watch you guys. So one of them would do some squats, and then one of them would run around the pool 1 lap. Then the other one would do the squats, and then he'd run around the pool 1 lap. Then they would do
as Kelly drinks her wine and watches.
I'm just sitting there and I'm going, I can't count how many laps she does. But they had a very intense 45-minute workout between the two of them. And they did 8 or 10 different kinds of activities. And it was very intense and very short. And they said they do that 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And they said that it really worked for them. So
I'd rather do a lot of different things for a short period of time than do 40 minutes of the same thing.
Oh, yeah. That's painful.
Yeah, it is. Well, one thing, and a lot of people here, don't eat in the evening. But if you still need energy after dark, it depends on your lifestyle. If you still need energy and it's evening, you may need to eat something.
Depends on what time it gets dark,
right?
too.
Exactly. So, but you shouldn't eat right before you go to bed. You don't want a big meal right before you go to bed because that's going to disrupt your sleep and you're not going to work that off. So if you're eating in the evening, stick with lean proteins, some healthy fats. a lot of veggies, that kind of thing.
So you can have like some little carrots and some hummus or something, right? Do you
don't
think?
be doing
But just
like,
a little
you know
bit.
what, pie and ice cream like at 10 p.m. is probably not the way to go.
Or a Bailey's ice cream milkshake.
Yes.
wouldn't be good.
I don't know. That might make you sleep okay, though.
Okay. Another myth is that abs are made in the gym. Abs are made in the kitchen. Well, not literally in the kitchen, but it's supposed to be, because you can do all the crunches that you want and you're never going to see a six-pack. Well, I'm never going to see a six-pack to begin with.
No,
I mean,
no.
we're not up there
That's
for
not
that.
happening.
But abdominal exercises can help build the bricks below the surface, but they won't do anything to reduce the fat on the top. So to lose that, you need to actually eat well and exercise. So that's what they're talking about when they're saying abs are made in the
you
kitchen.
got to get rid of the marshmallow coating.
Yeah,
before you
well,
get down to
and they say there are a couple of tips and secrets to that. Do you know what they happen to be?
Well, if you eat more protein, I have heard, protein is the building block of muscle. So try to eat a little more protein. Calculate 80% of your body weight. That's how much plant-based and lean protein that they recommend that you eat.
Well, and another little secret is less sodium. I don't salt anything when I cook, and I usually purchase things that have lower sodium in them. And if you need something that resembles salt, there are all those things, like we always talk about that perfect pinch that I love.
Yeah.
It tastes like salt, but it's salt free.
Right.
So any of those things that are
Seasonings.
salt free and
Yeah.
seasonings are much better for you. And just don't
Yep.
salt things, and don't salt things before you eat them either.
Right.
I mean,
taste first and then salt. So
particularly in the restaurants, they always use salt, and a lot of times you can even ask them not to put salt on something
Yeah.
for you. So,
better to do it at the table than.
so those are some we attack those weight loss myths. We've heard from our listeners that it can be a bit difficult to leave a rating and review for our podcast in iTunes. So here's a painless way to do it.
Go to pleasereviewmypodcast.com/divas for an easy step-by-step tutorial to follow. That's pleasereviewmypodcast.com/divas.
Reviewing and rating our podcast in iTunes helps us in so many ways, and more importantly, we get your feedback on what you like about the podcast.
Thanks for being a listener and subscriber and going to pleasereviewmypodcast.com/divas.
Thanks for listening to the Dollar Saving Divas. If you have ideas for an upcoming episode, we would love to hear from you. Just head to our Facebook page at facebook.com/dollarsavingdivas, CBUS, and share your comments. Our podcast is available on iTunes, iHeartMedia, or your favorite podcast player. Thanks again for listening.
Circle270media.com.